Well, it's time for our weekly Asia View segment. Every Monday, we look at some of the stories behind the headlines from China and beyond with our Beijing correspondent, Yena Lee. Well, let's cross live to her now. Yena, good to have you. Let's start with the Taiwanese president's visit to Eswatini. Why was it so hard for him to reach the southern African nation?
Well, Taipei blames Beijing, and Taipei is accusing Beijing of putting pressure on African countries to close their airspace for their president. Ching-te's visit was actually scheduled for April, but then it had to be rescheduled because Seychelles, Mauritius, and Madagascar suddenly refused to let his plane fly over their country. There's no secret that Beijing doesn't want any state in the world to recognize Taiwan as a country, as it sees Taiwan as one of its own provinces. But Taipei says that for China to go to such lengths, pressuring third countries, was rather an unprecedented move. Lai did manage to reach Eswatini over the weekend and has met with the king there to sign trade deals and so on, whilst Beijing here called him a rat scurrying across the street. The landlocked nation is just one of 12 and the only African nation to recognize Taiwan.
Well, let's move on to the Beijing Auto Show, Yena. The event has just wrapped up. What's the main takeaway there?
The main takeaway is, once again, Chinese EVs are really dominating. They're developing at an incredible speed. And of course, with the global oil shock, it's just a timely reminder that the future is indeed electric. The Beijing Auto Show was an event to show off all the latest innovations. You can think connectivity, comfort, fast charging. China's battery industry is working very closely with the automobile industry as well. And at this year's show, they showcased a model that can be charged in under 7 minutes. So we could also see at the auto show just how many Chinese car makers there are out there, countless brands, so many that they've been in a price war, in fact, to win over clients. Aggressive low prices that the government has actually been trying to control. Last week, I was just sitting in this 7-seater hybrid car with reclining seats that could massage the people sitting inside, just wondering just how far these brands will go to try and win over new customers.
Wow, massage, that sounds quite nice. And finally, courts in China ruled that an employee cannot be replaced with AI. What happened there?
A really interesting case. So in short, a court in Hangzhou, which is China's tech hub in the southeast of the country, ruled in favor of a tech worker who was fired after an AI replaced him in his company. So this is a precedent-setting ruling in favor of labor rights, and the Chinese government even communicated about the court's decision. In China, there's been this incredibly fast digital revolution. AI is being deployed en masse in the manufacturing industry, whilst the service sector too, bit by bit, is getting a revamp. I visited a robot restaurant on the weekend. It's still very gimmicky, but the idea is that there's going to be a robot chef and a robot waiter that will serve customers. Beijing is clearly pushing for AI use and very proud of Chinese companies making new technology. But this court ruling shows that authorities are also looking at how AI can be disruptive as well to society.
Yena, great to have that breakdown from you. Thank you so much for that. Yena Lee, our Beijing correspondent there with our weekly segment, Asia View.